Why I thought that Real Housewives of Potomac come on this Sunday. Child, my friend called me, Faith. Shouts out to Faith. Sunset Noir, darling. That's her YouTube channel. Sunset Noir, darling. Like Madame Noir, but just Sunset Noir. I think it's SUNSETNOIR, I believe. Or maybe it's NIOR. Noir. However you spell Noir, that's what it is. But Sunset Noir. Find her YouTube channel. She's beautiful. She's hilarious. She's a key, honey. She stays up with the tea, honey. We have so many similarities. Anyway. So, yeah. So, Real Housewives of Potomac. It is back. First of all, who has the best confessional look is Karen Huger with that orange child and that short brown hair with the bang. Karen Huger, best confessional look. Who else in line has the best confessional look? You know what? I actually say I'm gonna say Candace. Candace has the second best confessional look. They gave each one of the girls 2 confessional looks. Yeah, I'll say Candace with the short bob cut and the curls and the little bustier she had on. That was cute. Worst confessional look was Candace's second look. I did not like that wig. I'm kind of sick of this auburn colored hair on Candace. I kind of want her to go black. My TV is old, so that's why it's a streak against her face. But yeah, I didn't like that. The crown across the hairdo. I'm not a fan of that. Everybody else's confessional look. Oh, and Karen. This is her second confessional look. Still pretty. I loved it. Monique. She looked cute. Monique's confessional look. Ashley's one of them. Yeah. Robin's very basic. She's a beautiful woman, but the look is very boring, tired and through. So yeah, the best confessional looks definitely goes to Karen Huger all the way around. Okay. So we have a new housewife named Wendy. We haven't got introduced to her yet. Pretty lady. Chocolate lady. And we're going to see what she gives, child. She kind of gives me like she could just fit right in with Monique and Candace, to be honest. She just gives me that. She is very bubbly and, I believe she's married and stuff. So she's going to get Ashley together this season. I'm excited about that. So, let's see. So we first see Monique. Monique had a lovely son named Chase. Somebody else named Chase, Some, black queen with, a snow leopard printed bonnet or turban, if you will, He wears glasses and stuff most of the time, He's mocha skin toned and, he does blogs and things. But anyway, the little baby's super cute. So Monique, she done dropped out a baby and she done picked up a bird child. What do you call it? A takala? Whatever. Monique got a bird and she's the only one that liked that bird in the whole house, it seems. Child. So she decided to go over to Karen's house. Karen got a new house and she literally stays down the street from Monique. So that's cool. And I hope Monique and Karen always stays close. Lord, but it looks like they might fall out this season. I hate it. I hate it when the girls I like fall out with each other. I hate it. And the girls I like, a part of this show, is Karen, Monique, and Candace. But Candace makes it a little hard to like her a lot of times. I've always supported Candace and Monique because they're kind of like the underdogs, I feel. The people give Giselle so much camera time, so much praise, and I do not get it at all. The only thing I can think about is colorism. All Andy Cohen goes on about how pretty Giselle is. Giselle's so pretty. Giselle's so pretty. And he never reads or gives it to Giselle the same way that he gives it to the other ladies. It's so apparent when Andy don't like somebody. Andy does not like Candace at all. You could totally tell. He don't like her mom. The villains on the show is who Andy likes, which is Giselle and Ashley. But anyway, I'm gonna try to get rid of all my feelings from the past, and I'm gonna give everybody a clean slate so that we can just move on and be better people. That's what I'm gonna do. Pray for me. Okay. So Monique, she brings her bird over to Karen's house. Karen slams the door back in her face. Just like, child, will you get this bird? Leave it in the cage. I'm not the one. So Karen proceeds to tell Monique that she is going through issues with her in her marriage. She says that her and Ray have been together for like 25 years. They've had a daughter together. It's a lot that done happened between them. She says that she was 30 when she met Ray. Ray was 50. Well, see, now Karen's in her 50s and Ray's in his 70s. It's a totally different dynamic. It's totally... Your energy is different at 50 than it is at 70. Okay? And he's, Karen still got, more... hip-hopping, so to speak, to do. And, Ray he done hipped out. And I think he, not there's anything's going to happen to Ray or nothing, but I'm just saying he's an older man. So it's a lot that comes with that. It's a lot. And you being 20 years younger than him, it's a lot of stuff that you want to do and go out and do stuff and he don't feel like it naturally. That man been working his entire life. And he's in his 70s. It's time for him to sit down and chill. But you as a younger person don't want to do that. That's why sometimes these younger, older relationships don't work. Because you have to think about the long-term effects of that, You will always, in a sense, be in two different places in your life. And that's really hard to navigate through. It is. It works sometimes, but other times, after a while, you're like, okay, child, I'm going to go out, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to travel, I want to yada to yada, I want to do da 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 da. And you just mainly just want to chill out around the house, So, not saying that you wouldn't want to chill out at the house at any age, but I'm just saying, definitely when you get up in them 70s and 80s, you got a certain amount of energy that you got for most, not all, but most. You got a certain amount of energy for what you got to get through, and after that, you can't wait to get home. Hell, after 10 hours of me working all day, I'm ready to get home. And I'm 30. So, we're going to pray for Karen and Ray. I like Karen and I like Ray. Okay. So we see Giselle's beautiful daughters, the twins, and the oldest. What's their names? Grace, Adore, and oh god, I forgot the other one's name. It'll come to me. Anyway, the little girls are really, really cute. They're by Pastor Jamal Bryant. Legendary Pastor Jamal Bryant. Mega churches, I've seen some stuff. I remember some stuff about him at one point. About some homophobia moments. But, what do you expect, right? So, allegedly. So, Jamal ended up calling Giselle. They tried to, she has the phone to the girls, and it was just like, hey, how you doing? It's real dry with them. And so then Giselle hung up the phone. She was just like, well, why are y'all so dry with him? What's going on? It was like, well, I mean, we don't trust him, really. It was like, things was so much better when he was not around and stuff. You know, it was like, yo. Once again, they didn't say this. They was like, but, you know, it seems like he only calls not to just check on us and see how we doing. He only calls, just to like say, to tell you that he called us. Like, just like to impress you, to get browning points with you. When he really can care less about us. And it's just mainly just about you and them getting back together. Now, Giselle and Jamal, they had been divorced for years. I think she said 12 years. She says that, you know, he was allegedly a cheater. And she said, you know, for the large majority of their life, the girl, Giselle and Jamal, was not together as a couple. I'm assuming they've always spent time with their dad. I'm assuming they, you know, have always went on, you know, they be with their dad, you know, sometimes, but mostly be with Giselle, I'm assuming. But as those girls are getting older and older, maybe they're starting to notice things. Last season, I think it was last season, it was a thing about how Giselle is kind of one of those women that allegedly tend to put her, whatever man she's with at the time, over her kids. I know one of her kids felt like she was being ignored. You know, she felt like because there's 3 of them. So she felt like she was the one that was getting paid the least amount of attention to. But Giselle totally strikes me as that kind of person. Not saying it's true, but just what I'm getting, that when she get a man that she really into, she lose her mind. And you know, that's it. But when you're pretty and you're just pretty, that's it. I mean, what else you gonna do? I mean, when you have men who fetishizes after, black men who fetishizes after somebody who looks like Giselle, and worth is wrapped up into, you know, how you look and stuff. I mean, you know, what else you gonna do? You know, I mean, what else you gonna do? We ain't heard nothing about Giselle's makeup line that Jamal allegedly paid for. Allegedly. Everything I say in this video is alleged. Allegedly. Okay. Shouts out to Sunset. I love her. Okay. Let me see. Okay, so moving on from that, Giselle get it together, but she won't. It's just irritating. Giselle's so unlikable. She's so incredibly unlikable. This one turned into a reading Giselle moment, but she's so unlikable. I've been watching the show since season 1, and Giselle is, personality wise, and she's just, I don't get it. But she's the main housewife. Apparently Giselle is the one that I think brought the show to Bravo. You know, like how Mariah Huck did on Married to Medicine. But they seem to treat Giselle a lot better than they treat Mariah Huck. But anyway, I don't know. I'm just not that person that's just impressed with people's looks. I look at you and who you are on the inside. And just as far as, not saying she's not a good person, but her character on the show, horrible, honey. Horrible. And I'm just like, she's like the face of Real Housewives of Potomac. And I'm like, why? It's only because of how she looks. That's it. Because she's not the most likable one. That's only what Bravo thinks. When you see Twitter, when you hear people talk about Real Housewives of Potomac, only the people that are messy and evil and nasty like she is like her. Other folks that's not just superficial and face value, we don't fool with Giselle. No grandniece. Okay, so let me see. Candace, she is having a happy 1 year anniversary party. She goes to a venue. It's too expensive. It's always this thing with Candace and money. And apparently Miss Dorothy, Candace's mother, is not supporting her anymore financially. So, her and Chris, and apparently this venue to rent it out, it's like, what, $22,000, some ridiculous amount of money. And I'm just like, girl, you just forever just trying to be in debt. She's just forever just trying to impress people. I just can't. Chris said no to the idea. Anyway, they ended up having the venue there, like, because Candace gets what she wants. It seemed. Maybe she went to crying to mom or something. Her mama gave her. Mama must be loaded. Miss Dorothy, I need help. I need help. Give me a car. Miss Dorothy, you think you can help me out getting a car? Miss Dorothy. Miss Dorothy got coins. So, yeah. So we cut to Ashley. She's had her little baby. What's his name? Is his name Michael Jr.? I don't know the little baby's name. The little baby looks just like her husband Michael. Exactly. Exactly. All right. So her and Michael seem to be doing well. And she's a new mom, so she's very overprotective and all that naturally. And just walking down the street, she's starting to notice things. It's like, oh my gosh, I don't want him to get hurt. I don't want him to step on this, do that, da 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 da. All this natural first parent things. Michael's had kids before, so he chill. He know what to do. So she says that her and Michael are at a great place in their life. And I said, okay, well, that's not what the streets are saying, but we're gonna get into that later on in the season when they said that Michael, he was caught with somebody else again. Ashley, you always be the clown of the show. Even if you're right on situations, even if you're the victim in situations, you will always be the clown of the show because your husband publicly embarrasses you every chance he get, and you still stay. So, I mean, my God, you forever the fool of the show. Forever. So whatever you say, it rolls right on off my back because you will always be the one who has it the worst on the show, but you think you got it the best. And I'm just like, girl, what? Anyway. So, yeah. So Monique and Ashley, they are cool now. Monique's not a new mom, but she has a new baby, and Ashley's a new mom, so they bonded up their babies. Super cute scene. They talked about Candace. Ashley said that she's glad that she's not invited to Candace's anniversary party. She says that when she was in labor, Candace was tweeting some people. Candace is the youngest one. So Candace is real swift. Is she the youngest one, Candace? I think her and Ashley's probably a year apart. Ashley might be the youngest one. But anyway, Candace is one of the youngest ones, if not the youngest one. And she's very swift and quick with those Twitter hands. And Candace gets herself into trouble with Twitter, but Candace is a young girl. And I guess she just hasn't learned to ignore a lot of stuff. But she will, maybe, at some point. But apparently, when Ashley was giving birth, Candace tweeted her, called her a bad wench or something. I'm just like, damn, Candace, you could wait till sis gave birth. I'm sure she didn't know that she was giving birth at that moment. They just judged that up for cameras. Ashley calls Candace a hamster. Whatever. I think hamsters are cute. And then they showed a picture of Candace and a hamster beside it. I'm just like, okay, yeah. You can just see how the way the show is edited. You can see who they favor over other people. You could definitely see that. And Ashley's one of the favorites, child. But Ashley, one thing I can say about Ashley gives 110% to the show. Whatever's going on in Ashley's life, she gives it 100%. All the mess, all the drama, all the delusions, all the tears, all the cheaterations that's going on, all the scandals. Ashley serves it up. And so I tip my bonnet over to Ashley. I do indeed. Because, child, it takes a lot to give up your whole life on the show. And she definitely gives it. But you know, with that said, what else is she going to do? Okay. Candace and Giselle, they had a scene. What were they talking about? So, Giselle being her shady self, she said something on the after show, Real Housewives of Potomac, with Robin. Like I said, I like Robin, but I don't like Robin with Giselle. She just becomes a mean girl, and it's just not her. And for whatever reason, she looks up to Giselle. I couldn't tell you. But yeah, and she said something like mean or whatever about Candace, and Candace didn't like it. Candace and Giselle met up to try different desserts at have at her party. And they kind of got into it a little bit, but it didn't get out of hand, so that was cool. And yeah, let's shoot over to Robin. Robin and the boys, they want a bigger house. And one was just like, I've been outgrew this place, I want a different house or whatever. So Robin was just like, okay. She excused the boys. One of the boys looked like her, the other one looks like Juan. And she was like, look, if we gonna get a new house, I'm gonna need to become your wife. We're gonna need to do this marriage thing. Juan said something real slick and nice to her, something sweet talk, a little street talk, to her. She started grinning and crying, and he know how to whip that thing on the child with his words. And she just fell out of love with him again. So maybe we'll hear wedding bells between Juan and Robin again. Maybe. I swear, Juan, if you don't marry that woman, we through with you. We gonna read you. Very handsome man, but you full of it. Complete. If you don't marry that woman, that woman done took everything off of you. Everything off of you, child. And still there with you. She's a good woman. She is. Okay. What else happened? Let me see. The best tweet of the night. I'm gonna start probably, if I can, it's just whatever catches my eye. I'm gonna start shouting out some people. And I want to shout out to Brian McLight, which is a good name. And I'm gonna start shouting out people who tweets I liked on the show, when I'm live tweeting. Or just tweets that I see that I like that are funny to me, and I'm going to shout that person out and send them this video. So, I'm going to give a shout out to Ryan McLight. He said that Giselle's daughters are beautiful and her house is tacky. Screaming. And y'all know that's me right up under at this King's World's Alley. Yeah, the house is tacky. The house is tacky, Toya. Absolutely. But Giselle's tacky. Sometimes people are just pretty and that's it. You can't have it all. You can't. Giselle ain't never had no style, child. We know that. Giselle still wearing them crunchy wigs from season 1. And Karen, who's what? Karen's probably maybe 10 years older than Giselle or something like that. Karen's hair and fashions and everything be more on point. Way more on point than Giselle's. Giselle's just out of date, out of line, out of tune. She's just out. Okay. Let me see. Okay, so we get to the little anniversary party. The theme was diamonds and denim. Candace looked pretty. Candace is a pretty girl. regardless of what Ashley says. Ashley is a pretty girl when her hair's down. When her hair's up, she looks like Michael. But anyway, so let me see. So, everybody had a little cute stuff. Giselle came in this bodysuit. It was just, no. It's very 2004. It was just, no. She thought she was doing it. But no, she's just tacky. Candace ended up pulling, and, we met Wendy a little briefly. It was a little cute moment. Sharice was there, Sharice Jordan, who recently had a birthday. Shouts out to her. She used to be on Housewives of Potomac. And her and Monique fell out real bad. Her and Monique was real close. And Monique, she just walked off from her. She ain't had nothing to say to her. So, Candace pulled Giselle off to the side to talk about some stuff. Talk about, like, something that she had said again or whatever it was. I'm just like, now, Candace, you gonna make me read you, girl. Now, I like Candace, but I will read every single person on the show. I'm not that invested. You already talked to Giselle about whatever you want to talk to her about. You already talked to Jizzy. So, I mean, why are you re-bringing this up? Like, what is this about? For what? Why? Some people just like mess. Or maybe Candace is out to prove herself this season, so she become a staple on the show. Who knows? Who knows these days? What's the storyline? What's real? What's not? What's judged up for the cameras? What producer is whispering in whoever scene and in whoever ear and say, hey, turn the scene up. I know you have a small issue with this person, but make it bigger, okay, for the cameras. Who knows what's really going on? But Candace, you looking real petty. You looking real petty now. Now I'm about to start calling you hamster, like what Ashley called you. That Russian face girl. Alright? Now don't do that, Candace. I like you. But you niddling around, sis. Now you gonna have to cut it out now. Don't make me start liking Giselle. Please don't. Please don't do that, Candace. Please. I'm comfortable with my stance on Giselle. Okay, is that it? I think that's it. I'm excited to see what the new housewife brings. I think she's a doctor, actually. So she ain't gonna bring much of nothing. She gonna be bougie and stuff. And, this is Potomac. This is not Atlanta and those other housewife shows. What they gonna give. So, anyway. With that said, I'm Mr. Chalaki. Mr. Chalaki on Google+. Follow me at This Kingsborough on Instagram and Twitter. At This Kingsborough89 on Snapchat. Chase King on Facebook. Mr. Chalaki on Cash App and PayPal. And as always, run me my money or run me my fade. Run me my money the way I get paid. Stay black, stay tuned. See you guys later.